Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and as you can see on the screen, we're going to play some more budget League of Legends. I think I'm on champion level 4, summon level 4 or something like that. Anyway, so I've skipped the champ select and all of those things because those things can often go haywire and get people dropping out and so on and so forth. So we're just loading into game. Hopefully, let me just do a refresh if I can get the thing to work. It should load up shortly. We're just on the loading screen at the moment with the portraits, and for some reason it's not capturing at the moment, but that should remedy itself within a couple of minutes. So let me actually just go back to the cover screen. Yeah, so we're playing Brand this turn in mid, and we still don't have access. Summoners at level 4 still don't have access to anything like Flash or Smite, so we have no jungler. Here we go. Now let's see, we're still running into some issues, so let me just pause the game, let me just pause the recording and see if I can fix that. Here we are, this is all better, and so yep, like I said, we're playing Brand in mid. Just gonna pick up some, do I want the healing pots? Should be okay. And yeah, it's been a while. Apologies if you guys have been hankering for a League video. It's just been a while since I've had a chance to take some time off and play League. Because Hearthstone I can fit in, a 30-40 minute recording, but League, games can take anywhere between 25 to 35 minutes. But then there's all this pre-game stuff which isn't added into the game time. Say for example, queuing up, waiting for the queues, champ select, loading in, and then if like I said before, if the champ select goes wrong, then you have to wait another 5 minutes. So who knows? We will see how we go. Now, let's actually have a look at the other teams. There's an AD, melee, AD. There's triple AD. This is like all AD. Garen does a bit of... They don't really have a mid... I mean, Tristana could go mid. So we will see. And I think I'll start with my Q. Just to help me farm a bit. There doesn't appear to be anyone in mid. Ooh, okay, that was lucky. I was lucky that I was able to pick up the oh crap. Okay. Now, actually, I've recently on my there's 2 mid. Interesting. On my non-budget League account, like the one that's level 30 that I can play, I've actually recently, because I've been playing with SmartCast for a long time, or what they call Quick Cast now, which means that any skill shots are just shot in the direction that your mouse is pointing, like that. But I've recently actually re-enabled normal casting. I've re-enabled normal casting because sometimes it's really helpful to help you aim really long-range skill shots, or really important key skill shots that you really can't afford to miss. Ooh, okay, now I couldn't afford to miss that one, but I did, unfortunately. So yeah, just to add a little bit of context, I recently bought Jin. I think he came out about 2 weeks ago. He's an AD/assassin support, Riot's most recent champion at time of recording, which is Feb 2016. And he has a really long range skill shot in his W, and it's actually quite awkward just to smart cast it and be accurate with it, because smart casting, you give up accuracy. So you give up accuracy at the cost of, you gain speed at the cost of accuracy, especially super long range accuracy. You lose some of that long range accuracy, particularly if you're particularly if it's the super long range things such as like an Ash Arrow, or things like an Ash Arrow, or things like a Jinx ultimate with the rocket. You sometimes want to aim that more precisely, and sometimes you have more time to do that as well. So I've actually seen the mistake of my ways in just doing smart casting. I see that there's merit in doing both sides. I don't know why you have 2 mid, but I'm going to poke at this Shyvana until she goes away, because there's nothing she can actually do to me. Yeah, we're actually against. Yeah, I don't think we're against any level 30 Smurfs. So this game is looking quite promising, and on top of things, I do remember we had quite a number of AFKs. I don't think I've had any games where I haven't had an AFK on camera, so looking quite promising today. if I get the start that if I continue getting this sort of a start, then we shouldn't have a problem closing. I mean, I shouldn't have a problem being able to win this lane and then taking mid and then helping the other lanes do their thing. Although we could do with a little bit of mana. I may pick up a catalyst. Okay, that's fine. Let's get the CS. And I do actually need to take some time to set my hotkeys for the for the regular cast, for the well, I don't know if it's regular. It's just what it's what it used to be, what you start off learning. And so particularly for things like my Q, sometimes you may want to aim it quite specifically. Like you might be able to get it. You might be able to be pretty accurate with the that's pretty bad with a skill shot using smart cast. But sometimes being able to see the flight path of the skill shot is really useful as well, because you can sort of let me it's easier to show than to tell. So let me just Shift Q, Shift W, Shift E, Shift R. That's sort of how I did my shortcut keys, and I think we will pick up a catalyst. Although unable to purchase a health point. What? This must be some sort of actually. I could go Chalice, but there's not a lot of AP here. So I think Catalyst is better. And I don't know how to spell. Here we are. And then we can pick up a Fairy Charm to help with the mana regen in the meantime. Yeah, so being able to shift Q allows me to see the width of the fireball. And then Shift W allows me to see the skill shot size. Really useful, I think, for learning new champs, but especially for long range skill shots. And I guess Brand's skill shot isn't particularly long range, but again, it's useful to know what sort of path it will take, so that you can sort of predict where your opponent is going to go. That was bad. Predict where your opponent is going to go, and sort of shoot the fireball along their escape path. Now that's the great thing about skill shots is now mid's miss. No, mid's not miss anymore. You can sort of follow them along their escape path with your skill shot, and that makes it harder for them to get away. Because I'm not quite sure if the game actually has momentum, but it feels like there's momentum in this game. Like when you tell your champion to go in a certain direction, turning around takes a bit of time. Actually slows them down. Turning around, making turns. I think it does slow down your champ. I think I might actually have to do some research on that. So while we have a bit of free time, we will ward up. Let me harass my friend Tristana here. You're a little aggressive. Once my you might have to get out of lane, my friend. We're 6-6. Somehow we're 6-6. But I have a lot of mana. I have a lot of resources to deal with this Tristana in lane. Ooh, got really nice to get a hit on that Shyvana as well. Actually, if they stand together, we can actually do a ton of work. Oh, okay, the burn did the work for me. Yeah, Brand, one of my favorite champions. He's able to do so much sustained damage thanks to his burn. Should be able to finish her off. If not, either way, push him out of lane. It's worth spending a cooldown. By the time they get back to lane, my ulti will basically be off cooldown. Some bad last hitting. My ulti will basically be off cooldown and ready to use again, and that was some bad positioning, but that's okay. Yeah, so just being able to see the width of the skill shot, I think is quite helpful, especially when you have a bit of time to line it up. Sometimes having that accuracy over that speed, very useful to. Okay, that's fine. You're going so aggressively. I'm just gonna wait for my cooldowns to come back up. I don't think I'm in any threat of dying, although there is a jump coming soon. So I need to bait out that second jump. We do have barrier to help with the second jump. Yep, there it is. I'm not going to die from this. It's fine. Yes, it's a hyper-aggressive Tristana. Sorry, I keep getting them mixed up because... And my opponent is actually out of mana. So we can actually do some work now. And if I level up, the Catalyst will bring me to a very healthy life total. Oh, looks like Varus came in. Would have been really useful if he had... would have been really useful if he had pinged, actually. Okay, that was a little preemptive of me to do my ult, to use the barrier, but... Okay, my ulti's up in 10. I think that's going to be very, very handy. And I think I'm going to want to save the mana for it. Yep, the Catalyst is really helping now. So now I'm going to... That was a bad ulti. I think we can finish him with Ghost. Yep. Should be fine. There we go. Whew. Pretty close there, but I think the burn, the burn does quite a lot of damage. And if I can hit the Tristana again... There we are. Ooh. But again, my mana is quite low, so I'm going to wait for my level 9 level up. I think I'll hold off on casting spells until I reach level 9. Because the Catalyst restores 150 mana, and if I hold off on casting spells, I'm going to get a lot of mana back. And I'll be able to duel again. Yeah, one of the key things about playing a good AP carry is being able to last hit without mana. And, you know, that wasn't a good example, but if you're able to save your mana for engagements instead of spending it to clear the wave, you're much more effective, you know, when it actually comes to fighting heroes. It is tempting to use your mana to clear the wave, and it is tempting to use your resources, but it makes you, it gimps your team fighting, and it gimps your 1v1. So what are you doing? Okay. Now I don't have any mana, so I'm probably going to just do what I can from here. No, it's time to get out. Yeah, that Shen is a little bit too aggressive, but I think we can compensate for that with our play. I think I'm just gonna back off. Oops, that was a miss ping. Okay, and we'll grab the Catalyst, grab some boots, and a second Fairy Charm is going to be nice. Now my mid's going to go down. That's a little unfortunate. They just happened to congregate in mid, but I think we can handle that. It means it takes the pressure off our other lanes, and it looks like our top is roaming down. So I wonder if they're still here. I don't think they're here anymore. No, there they are. Okay. Ooh, that was a good dodge from the Garen, actually. There we go. The bounce on the Vayne should do plenty of work, and we should have the mid turret now. Yeah, I've been getting a little bit of lag in game. Sometimes the minions still move. I don't know whether anyone else has been getting this. I wonder if it's just got to do with my kit, with my internet setup or my computer. It just seems to happen, and it seems like some other players get it as well. I'm going to head up top. Hopefully the lane is still doing what it was doing before, because I'm not uploading or downloading anything. This is just a local recording, and I upload it separately. I wonder if this is a server issue, or I wonder if this is a server issue or it's a local issue. I'm tempted to think it's a local issue, but you really never know sometimes with these things. Yeah, so yeah, if anyone knows of any remedies or knows of sort of why it happens generally, because it's hard to say when it comes to individual machines. But see, my ping is fine the rest of the time, but then every once in a while I get like a spike, and the spike, you know, I can still move around, but and it seems somewhat, I don't know, sometimes it's related to a big team fight happening, sometimes it's not. It's really hard to say. Okay, I'm just gonna back off. my tower. He's not going to be able to kill me. $13-13. Who's been getting the kills? The Vayne is quite fed. The MF is very fed, actually. Grab that. Close. It's quite difficult. Yeah, the Garen is actually quite tanky. What has he built? Yeah, he's built a fair number of tank items. At least we didn't. There we go. He's still here. I think that my friend Darius should be able to finish him off. Now, what can we afford with our monies? CDR is fine, I think. CDR is... Whoa! How did you go down? Okay, well, who knows? Who knows? That's a little disappointing. CDR, like I was saying, CDR is good on brand because he's such a combo mage that it's really helpful if he, like, the lower the cooldown on his Q, the more often he can stun. The lower the cooldown on his other abilities, the more often he can chain them together. So CDR is actually a pretty good... CDR on brand equals, you know, an increase in damage also. Yeah, it looks like they're just falling back. Yeah, I'm just going to clear the jungle here. Always good to gain some resources when you're playing defensively. Okay. Minion blocked my shot. I'm not going to push out past these minions. I think they're going to be overextending. Yeah, they don't know. Oh no! Varus just got solo killed in bot. Okay, I'm going to head back up to top. Yeah, our Shen is quite weak. Otherwise, the rest of the team looks okay. The Darius looks quite reliable. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold this lane. Okay. Gonna head to mid as well. Are they still pushing mid? No, I'm staying here. Oh, they are. It's just there doesn't appear to be a big cohort. Okay. Now I will cut in to mid because there looks like a 5v5 here. Looks like there's a 5v5 here. Oh, good. Okay, so it looks like the Garen is intent on split pushing. Let's grab this one. One of the tricks you can do with brand is you can shoot... Whoa, okay. I question whether Shen is a bot. But, okay, well, whatever. I'm heading back up to top to defend. Yeah. And one of the things you can really get caught up with when you play 5v5 is you push a turret down and you feel like, oh, you get a rush of adrenaline, you want to keep pushing. That's actually the worst time, I think, because you're pushing into their... you know, you've gotten all this money and you're not spending the money. You're just pushing into their territory and you're just asking for trouble. It's often better to back off, clear some waves, or get another objective that's less dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna head back to mid now. Actually, I will shop and head back to mid. Yeah, the thing is, you get the burst of money from the turret, but if you don't spend the money, then you're at the same power level as your opponents are. So it doesn't make a ton of sense to just keep being aggressive. Actually, I think I should sell this, and we will get. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it's often tempting to just keep pushing into another turret, and unless you're sure about your positioning, or unless you've won like a big team fight with a lot of enemy heroes are down, it makes very little sense to keep pushing. Okay, unfortunately my brand runs slow as heck. Wow, this Darius is getting fed. Okay, I may actually swing up. No, let's do a quick wave clear here. Okay. I'll head over this way. And I'll quickly grab the blue buff. We shouldn't be in too much trouble to grab the blue buff. Except, oh. Okay. Should have been watching what my Varus is doing though. Anyway, he went down. I didn't. That's fine. Oh. Pop owl. Couldn't quite get it. That's fine. That was thanks to our fed Darius. We've got a pretty clean. Actually, no. I mean the KDA, the kill ratio is pretty even on this list. I think it's just because there's a couple of you know, probably inexperienced players on both sides. More so on our side though. You know, with the 111 Shen not doing great, and you know, hopefully he's not a bot. I don't think he is. Doesn't really play like a bot, but it's hard to say. Oh, okay. Okay, let's get out of here. Now, what can I buy? 1765 will get me the Rylai's, so I think I will just clear a quick jungle camp, and we can get a major power spike when we get back. Okay, 1765. I think we were looking for one more. I'll take the red, whatever. We don't really appear to have a dedicated jungler, and it's a good bunch of resources for me. And the red buff is not too bad either. Okay. Pardon me. Okay, finally, I think this is the first game that we are looking set up to win on camera, and I may actually spend the rest of the money on a pink ward. Yeah, the pink ward will be useful. And I may well grab the blue while they're overextended. Again, my team seems to be overextending. It's no small matter. If you're in a normal game or a ranked game, the Shyvana could just roam from top and do a pincer attack. And that position, actually, I've got to go help them. They're in a lot of trouble. That position is really a disadvantageous position, and the Shyvana may actually still be roaming. Okay. No, the Shyvana's still up top. Okay. I don't feel comfortable sticking around here though. We'll go grab blue. Yeah, that's one of the best ways. That's one of the best ways to get yourself killed by overextending. Yeah, I got it. Oh, missed. Brand also with really good wave clear. It's not that his W does a lot, and his W does do a lot of work. It's that his E spreads the damage everywhere, and then you can finish off with the W. Now, is there anything here? Yeah, there they are. Okay, we're done. Let's get the dragon. Oh, they stole it. That was a good one. Oh well, it's not going to make a huge difference in the end. And I might as well take... Ooh, that was lucky. Yeah, one of the things you run into as a brand is your Q is often... I often use my Q to set up the spreading of the fire. But if your Q one-shots a lot of minions, then it becomes a problem. Wow, you're going all in. Not very experienced with using Ghost. Sort of just wasted it there. A little unfortunate. Okay, now we do have... Oh no, the ward is not holding our position for us anymore. I don't think I want to push into the tower. I'm going to go help Darius on this side actually. We will have a pink here, and the pink will help quite considerably, I believe. Oh, let's clear this thing. Okay. Yeah. You're going yourself, aren't you? Okay, actually I'm on low mana. So I'm going to go and shop, and then we can finish. We almost got our Leandries, and that's the big power spike for the type of brand that I like to pay, and obviously the type of brand that they recommend in the recommended items. You slow them with your AoE, and then you burn them with the Leandries, and it's like a double burn. Okay, that's fine. It was a free kill for Warwick. That's pretty good. Okay, he's building like semi-tanky Warwick. Okay, again, we're getting that lag spike. I don't know where it comes from. Perhaps it may be the... I do play on the OCE servers. Okay, I'm going to head up. Okay, I'm going to go help him over here. Oh, the Varus is getting dueled. Ooh. He somehow won without our help. Pretty good. So yeah, we got lucky. I think at these low levels, it just depends on it depends on the teammates that you run into, whether they're smurfing with it or not. I'm pretty sure the Darius, actually, he's like level 4 and he's got a skin. I wonder, he probably is smurfing. I don't know. It's hard to say. And smurfing, for those who don't know, is, you know, you're more experienced at the game, but you're making like a low level account. Sort of like what we're doing here. This is you could call this smurfing as well. Okay. I'm just gonna put a ward here. Ooh. So a ward here and pull back along this way. There we are. Got the good bounce. That was a really good bounce. Wow, that did tons of work. Okay. Yeah, the slow into the burn does so much work against high health targets, and even just regular health targets. Okay. But we are getting flanked here. Missed my W. So that is totally my fault. I take full responsibility. I mean, obviously you take full responsibility for whatever happens in every league game to your character. Now, who is fed? The MF. Actually, it's a lot of AD. It's all AD. So all I need really is to get Azonia's. Yeah, probably going to be handy. Alright. Let's build towards Azonia's. Is there anything else that I could grab in the meantime? Just the movement speed? Or single target? Do I want Fura or do I think I'll take the Fura. It'll push back our build with the Zonias, but it doesn't really make a difference until you actually complete that first part, so you can start stacking. Now my question actually is that there are a couple of items now that stack bonus armor and AP and health. There's Zonias, which has been around for a while. Well, the Seeker's Armguard. And there is the Sterak's Sterax gauge or something. Anyway, my question is, if you upgrade the item, does it treat you as if you've fully stacked it? Because if it doesn't, then you obviously you lose a little bit of value by upgrading the item. I've been wondering this for a while actually, so I will put a link in the show notes and I will do some research. So I'll check Seekers and Sterax or whatever it's called. It'll be in the whoa, didn't see that happening. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's my fault. That's totally my fault for being distracted from the game. So there's Seekers and Sterax. I think that's what it's called. Let me just figure it out so I don't have to do stupid things like that. Jaurim's Fist. Jaurim's Fist builds into Sterax. So Seekers and Jaurims, if you upgrade before they're fully stacked, do they behave as if they have been fully stacked, or do you lose that value? That's my question. So let's figure it out. And I will look that up once this game is over. What else could I grab? I could grab something. If I get rid of... I could actually upgrade Fairy into Archangels. I think that makes more sense than going the Athene's route, because we don't need the MR in this game. Yeah, let's go for the Archangels. It'll give me some mana, much needed mana, and that now that I think about it, that death against the MF just ugh. Anyway, that's fine. It's just the normal game, win or lose, just to get some experience. Okay, now hopefully we can not one-shot this thing. No, unfortunately we did one-shot this thing. So, but we can still spread the fire quite efficiently. I think the best thing to spread the fire on, actually, in a wave clear situation like this, is the big one, and then we can spread the fire, and then we can finish them all off. There we are. So a good amount of takings there. I think I'll stay with the wave. Now there isn't a big one, so I think we'll just do a straight clear of these. Yeah, that's the funny thing about Brand. He actually clears away faster if there's a catapult minion, at least at this stage of the game. He's better at wave clearing at this stage of the game. Okay, so let's put some hordes down. Wow, my pink's still been there. That's some pretty good pink value. Now we will clear this just to give us some more vision along the river. Okay, so it looks like they've overextended at the bottom. Now we almost actually have enough for the Seekers, and I will go back once I have 15. Yep, here they are. We need to wait for the Darius to go in first, so that's one of the things, one of the biggest mistakes you can make as an AD carry is to be walking in front of your tanks. Yeah, and we see that immediately made it a whoa, crap. That's all right. That immediately made it a fight not in our favor, and that's the problem. Yeah, often less experienced players just end up running straight in without knowing much about positioning. It's really important to have the tanks absorb the fire for you. Now, if we'd had that Varus alive the whole fight, we would have definitely won that one. And okay, for some reason the Shen is split pushing. Maybe he's watched like a tournament of VOD from maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, it really is about forming up ranks. But that's okay. We're still a significant number of kills ahead, and I'm assuming gold ahead. But the Shen's going to get picked off because he's been caught out of position. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, and I've just been a little bit distracted as well. Let's not think about things outside of the game. It's tempting because I'm so used to casting Hearthstone that you can think about things outside of the game. It's like fine, it doesn't matter. You got time on your turn, but something like League, you really have to be on the ball, like 99% of the time. Even a little bit of time, even a little bit of focus taken away can cost you a team fight, and in turn cost you a game. So that's fine. We'll grab the blue buff. And I'm actually going to hang with the Darius because he's so tanky. We can do a lot of work there. I'm heading this way. No one there. There he is. I'm not going to push out though. Now we've got the 5 mid push. No, we've got the 4 mid push. So this is looking pretty good. This is a perfect time actually for a Varus ult, and he does have it up. Okay, that's fine. That was good. Yeah, so the Varus ult came late. There's stuff behind us. There's stuff behind us. It's fine. I think we've got enough of a minion wave to cover for us. Probably actually should have saved my stun. Yeah, I should have given up a bit of damage for the stun. I've got to go over here. Again, staying there, they're just going to come back. There's a significant amount of death timer going on, but there's no need to overextend, I believe. Especially since a lot of our resources will be down from the team fight, it's good to redirect so that your resources will come back up. See, my ulti's just coming back up, whereas if some of them might have died before they could have used their ultis, and therefore you're at a power mismatch, even though you have, you know. Okay, I'm going down, so I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, there was. I got caught. Actually, that didn't take my own advice. I got caught by the home guards coming out. I forgot actually that. I don't remember at which point in the game. And actually, I'll do a link in the show notes as well. When does home guards buff take effect? Like how far into the game? I believe it's 30 or maybe 25 minutes, but I'll find out and I'll put a link in the show notes because that's actually quite important to know, because that's essentially, because usually you're used to having maybe like 5 seconds after they come off death timers for them to run towards you, and then you can start backing off. But with home guards, you have much less time. You basically have to back off just before they come off death timers. So that's actually a useful piece of knowledge to know. And there's nothing I can upgrade at the moment, I don't believe. So do we just hold for the monies? Yeah, let's just hold for the monies. Okay, that's fine. Oh, actually, I could actually replace the boots of the CD boots for something else. I'm on my way. Yeah, CD boots probably. It's hard to. Okay, that's good. Got the big team fight with Brand in the team fight. It's really hard to. The best way to take down Brand is 1v1. He actually does more work in a 2v1 if you position, if you're unlucky with your positioning against his bouncing ulti. He does more work in a 2v1. Now I should be watching my ranges. Actually, I should be watching my cooldowns as well. His cooldowns are quite long, especially without any runes or masteries. Okay, now the Shen is joining us, but I can't really count on him to do too much. Once the... Let's get out. There's about 10 seconds left. What the heck? Okay, well, I'm getting out now. Plus I can shop, so yeah. So now most of their team has come up. I think it's wise to pull back and regroup, get some more resources, get ahead. When you're ahead, get more ahead. That's a StarCraft 2 saying from Artosis. If you guys are familiar with the scene at all, they're being pressured in mid. Actually, I may have to fall back. You're done. You're done. Okay. Yeah, so that's why it's important to keep map awareness. So even though I was heading to the right-hand side, if you can turn a kill, then that can turn a significant number of things. A kill could snowball into a 4v5, into, into so many different things. It's really important to have your eyes on the map. That's why actually I have, some of you might be annoyed by the fact that I have the mini-map on the bottom left-hand side, but I play a lot of StarCraft. I used to play a lot of StarCraft, that is. And that just trained me to always be peeking at the bottom left-hand side for map movements and things like that. And that's why it's also a bad idea for me to be like writing show notes in the middle of a League game as opposed to a Hearthstone game, because you get yourself killed. So one of those 4 deaths was from dying to MF, and others, that's just how it is. Okay, let's just send up some thumbs up. Let's just send out some thumbs up. Everyone likes some thumbs up. Oh, got an S rank, that's pretty good. And I think we did unlock a mastery and a rune. So let's see what we've got. So we've got another seal. Yeah, we've got another seal to buy. And for masteries, I think it's just 1 more point. Okay, so I'll just simply just max out the final points. And then the next point will be actually quite impactful. Now with runes, so I'm going to want, with my AP runes, I'm going to want more health. With my, this is my AP runes. My AD runes, I'm going to want more. They're both health. Yeah, let's just go with health. Okay, so I'm just going to buy another one of those health runes. Here we are. Here it is. Seals, whatever, runes, seals. Okay, let's just get one. Very, very cheap and inexpensive. Although we will have to upgrade at some point. I think they unlock once you reach level 20. It's been so long since I've done the climb that, yeah, we will see. So let's pop these in. Do a save. Save them? No. It's something strange with the rune pages. Yep, do a save. Okay, and that's that. Oh, that's right, let's review the game. Although it was a fairly one-sided game, honestly. See, so the Darius definitely got super fed. And that sort of counteracted the Shen playing sort of like a bot. And I don't think he is a bot, though, because he was doing a bunch of random things that I don't think a bot would do. And everyone else was sort of doing okay. I did okay. And the other team, they didn't really have a hard carry. The MF was playing a little too aggressively sometimes. And yeah, that game was done once we started team fighting. I think by the 18-minute mark, we started... I think Darius got snowballed here, and then it just kept going. What was it? What was this fight over? So we pushed mid, and then they tried to come back. We pushed their mid, and then they tried to come back and take us down. But then there was just a bunch of fighting after their mid tower went down. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, let's finish things up there. Okay, so thanks in advance, guys, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for love. Any gestures for appreciation are much appreciated. I hope you guys are enjoying the Budget League. I will be doing more, probably. It's hard to say, because League, for me, playing MOBAs and stuff, I do enjoy them, but they take a lot more focus, and they take a lot more concentration, as we could see in that game. I dropped a couple of silly deaths because I wasn't focusing on the game. So, I probably will do more. I do want to reach level 30 and start playing ranked and start using the dynamic queue. So if you guys aren't familiar, I'll put a link in the show notes as well to the recently released dynamic ranked ladder. And I like it. There's been a lot of humming and hawing about, I don't know, people just, I think a lot of people have a hard time adjusting to change, but I think this is a very positive change. It allows you to pick, the key takeout for me is that it allows you to pick your role, and it allows you to pick your role, and allows you to queue up into your role. And if you want to wait a bit longer to get AD carry or mid, then you can do that. Otherwise, you can pick like something like Phil. You're allowed to just pick Phil a role, and you usually end up getting support or maybe jungle there. So I like the system, and I want to get into the ranked laddering with that system. Yeah, so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with some more Budget League in the future. Until then, this is NoDust signing off.